My parents always told me, don't complain about stuff out of your control. But is it ever going to stop snowing? The Rizzo Show starts now.
The Hard Rock Roxino Northfield Park presents The Rizzo Show. And now your host, Tony Rizzo.
Oh, sha-na-na-na-na. Boy, the band is in rare form tonight.
They sound tight.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Masters edition of the Rizzo Show. Joining me is my co-host, Mike Polk Jr. Michael, where's your green jacket?
I know, I should. I didn't even remember that the Masters was going on.
Mr. Goddard used to wear one. I remember.
I know.
Are you enjoying the spring weather, Mike?
Oh, it's heavenly, isn't it? You know, just that. And what a great opening weekend for baseball, right? That's exactly what we want.
Yeah, unless you're here in Cleveland. Michael, it is the month of April. And it is always a big month for our sports teams, as you know. Mm-hmm. But is it more important for one of our sports teams, the month of April, the Cavs, the Browns, and the Indians? Let's take a look. Playoff wins for the Cavs, keeping the king. How about the Browns? Will they finally pick their franchise quarterback, or will they trade down again? Or will it be draft day disaster? And how about the Indians getting off to the hot start? I know that the players hate playing in the cold. And let's start there with the Indians, Michael. Just wrapped up the opening weekend. The Tribe, of course, 14-10 last April. Would you be content if we were 14-10 again this April? I think we would after a 2-6 road trip, right?
Yeah, I mean, out of all of those things, and obviously the Indians have a tendency to start slow, which is always so frustrating, and it's got to be frustrating for Tito, too. I don't know how you fix that. It's not like they were playing, you know, it's not like they played all of these games in the snow or anything like that. But it is important. You want to have them get a fast start. But I do think, and of course the Browns, that whole thing, who's going to have the most important April? The Browns picking the right quarterback is everything to us, as we know right now. But the Cavs have the most pressure on them right now. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, we're going to get to that. First, let me ask you this. Okay, I've watched Corey Kluber throw two great games, and he's 0-2.
Right.
I mean, getting this guy some run support, okay, this is one of the things, like, we need to remember when we look back at whatever his record is at the end of September or whatever, this guy's pitching great.
Right. He's
giving up 2 runs a game. You got to win games where your pitcher gives up 2 runs and goes 8 innings.
What do you think
It's very frustrating. For whatever reason, the Indians players don't come out of spring training every month hitting the ball on fire. I could also bring up the fact that the Tribe didn't go out and get a bunch of bats like they did last year when we got Edwin Encarnacion. You lost Jay Bruce and you lost Carlos. And I just feel like at some point, you know, the guys that are at the top of the lineup, Ramirez, Lindor, Kipnis, those are the guys that are going to have to pick this up. We're not going to go out at the trade deadline and get Giancarlo Stanton like the Yankees did. So the players that the Indians have now have got to play a little better.
And I don't have the stats in front of me, but that whole Kluber point, I think, is pretty valid. Doesn't it seem like he never gets run support from this team? Do you think that the Indians ease up, they don't bat as because they think he's got it under control?
There is something to that. Maybe it's subliminal. Maybe it's a subconscious thing. But they know that they don't have to score 8 runs to win with Corey Kluber pitching, but you need to score 3.
We don't want to do the research ourselves, but if somebody from home could let us know how much run support Corey Kluber has gotten over the years, just run those numbers and tweet us at the Rizzo Show.
We don't have an
email address. We can't afford an email address.
Michael, do you think Tito places more importance on the month of April than perhaps August?
Apparently not. I mean, I don't know what more he would be doing or what you know. But
we're better under him
in
April, but we're still not. I think everybody wants a hot start.
Yeah, I do.
Everybody wants. The Yankees are starting hot this year.
Yep.
Folks, it's so cliche, but it's true. It's
a
marathon. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't get excited. What I like to do is I like to watch at least a month of baseball before we start drawing conclusions on anything.
Yeah.
We've only got 1 week in, so let's everybody take a deep breath and relax. All right, from baseball to basketball. Cavaliers, playoffs begin next weekend.
Crazy.
And will this postseason mark the end of LeBron in Cleveland? That decision is looming. Are they the team with the most pressure on them? Because, Michael, they're probably the closest to winning another championship.
I agree. And this is obviously this is the most important time of the year for them. This is what we've been waiting for all season long. I mean, doesn't it seem like we've been going through this regular season for like 3 years.
Did you know we won 14 games with Jay Crowder and
I
guys
know.
back in December?
Do you remember Derrick Rose was on our team
Dude,
at
that's
one
right.
point?
That's
Wasn't
right.
he? Did I dream that?
Folks, this is the same season the Cavs won 14 in a row or whatever it was to tie a franchise record. It seems like 5 years ago.
I know, and LeBron keeps getting better somehow. That's very strange.
Will you be more surprised if LeBron stays or if LeBron leaves?
I wouldn't either way. Honestly, it's a 50-50 thing for me. I could see it going either way, and I do think, though, it's going to be determined by how this season ends because I don't think he's made up his decision yet. I think he will make up his decision based on how this season ends, and I think that we'll find out once it all shakes out. But I don't think he knows yet. Do you?
No, but I think, Michael, he's got a pretty good idea. And I just want to say this for the record. You know, if LeBron leaves, I'm going to be very disappointed and very saddened. But unlike the time he did the decision in that terrible checkered shirt, I'm not going to get angry. He came back. He won a championship for his hometown. Can I ask him for anything else? He's only got, 3 or 4 more years left to play. Am I going to deny LeBron where he wants to go play?
Absolutely.
No. Are we allowed to go work where we want to work?
He has done everything he needs to do. Of course, you want him to stay. He's the best player in the world. He's great for the community, everything. But he doesn't owe us anything anymore as far as I'm concerned. So we're playing with house money. I'm happy he's still on the squad.
Well, Tyronn Lue returned over the weekend, this weekend, but his health and his future is in question with Cleveland. Tyronn Lue was the guy that managed the championship team.
Right.
The first in 52 years.
Yes.
Michael, this guy gets no run. None.
No.
I understand LeBron is LeBron, but he had to have something to do with us winning a championship.
The players definitely feel comfortable with him. LeBron feels comfortable with him, and that's really the most important thing, obviously. That year was also a Dan Blatt year, and I don't think we can totally cut him out of that. I mean, they were in first place, if you'll recall, when David Blatt. I'm sorry, David Blatt left that team. That's how important he was. When David Blatt left that team. But, the bottom line is he did. He won him a championship. You got to respect that.
Do you think Ty loses his job if the Cavs don't make the finals?
I think it's all up to LeBron. I think if LeBron decides, I think he makes that call. And I think, he has that kind of power within the front office. And I think that it'll be up to him. And so if LeBron's happy with him, then he'll stick around. If LeBron does his passive-aggressive thing where he's like, maybe we need to make some changes around here. I don't know.
But it's not up to me.
It's not up to me. I don't have any say or anything like that. But maybe we need to make some changes around here. You got to do that.
Well, the Cavaliers' crazy regular season, Michael, it is all going to end against the Knicks. Who makes these schedules?
It doesn't make any sense.
How do you play the same team twice at the end of the regular season? By the way, LeBron is going to play in both those games.
Yeah.
He wants to send a statement. In year 15, he's going to play in all 82 games.
That's an ego thing, but he deserves it.
Do you know, I looked it up, my own stats and research.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan played 15 seasons, and in his 15th season, he played 82 games for the Washington Wizards.
I'm sure that's a coincidence.
God. Now on to your favorite, Michael, your Cleveland Browns. April is the Super Bowl every year for the Browns.
No
the
doubt.
draft is only 2 weeks away. Michael, we've had terrible draft days.
We sure have.
Do you feel better going into this draft this year?
I do, but how many times can we get fooled? Because I will say this, I didn't feel that good going into the past couple of years. I feel better this year than I have in the past. Maybe it's because we've bottomed out and there's literally no way we can get worse. But I do like Dorsey, and I like the moves they've made in the offseason so far.
Sure, so far so good, but they still need the franchise quarterback. Will they pick him at number 1? I want to know, just for the record, as of tonight, Sunday night,
Sure.
April, whatever it is, I do believe Sam Darnold is their choice, and I do believe he will be the number 1 pick. However, Josh Allen, the kid from Wyoming, is in the conversation. Look, if the Browns have done one thing really well, it's keeping us guessing this year, which is what they should do. But do you think we're going to be on the floor at the Roxino at some point on draft night, blown away by some move we don't see coming?
God, as long as they don't mess with 1 and 4, I'm not going to snap. If we trade down out of either one of those spots,
I'm hearing that's a possibility at 4. You could trade down at 4.
I'm going to snap. Take the players. We've earned these picks through being terrible and making questionable trades with teams. We've earned the right to have 2 of the top 4 players in the draft. Please just take those first couple of picks, and then you guys can play with those other picks all you want.
How many draft picks do you need?
Right.
I've heard the GM say, John Dorsey say, he needs players. Look, there's a lot of pressure on Browns GM John Dorsey this month to get this draft right. Michael, he was hired specifically for one reason. Find me my franchise quarterback.
Right.
I guarantee you they're going to take one at number 1. But if they start trading down with 4, here's a possibility I think we got to keep our eyes out for. Don't be surprised if the Browns trade out of 4 and a player or 2 is involved, a current player in the National Football League. Because the Browns need some veteran players on their team. It will all be revealed in April 26th, which you could see right here. Did you know the draft is on Fox 8, baby? Woo! What a big night it's going to be. We're both going to be part of our draft coverage.
We will. Yeah.
Fasten your seatbelts because, folks, as always, we have no idea.
No clue.
Exactly.
Could go anywhere.
See, in the past, though, the Browns have had no idea what they're going to do. I think this year they actually have an idea of what they're going to do. Speaking of the draft, we are going to hear, look at that. Jimmy is back to answer your questions. It's next. Stay with us.
That wig's getting worse and worse, isn't it?
Good looking, man. That's Michael on the guitar. People don't realize that.
Oh, knock it off. It's true.
Welcome back to the Rizzo Show. Well, we certainly have a lot of questions, Mike, for the Browns and Browns brass, Browns fans. I understand that you've got the guy with the answers.
I sure do. Let's take a look, everybody. Here he is. Howdy, folks. It's me, Jimmy Haslam, and I own a professional football team, technically. I get a lot of emails from Browns fans all throughout the year, and I know it's been a while since I rapped at y'all, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to answer some of your queries. Let's take a look at the first one. How does it feel to be the owner of one of only 2 teams to go 0-16 in the history of the NFL, Don and Brook Park? Well, Don, it's obviously exciting to be a part of history, though I would prefer it were for something else. That being said, if you look at the numbers, the value of this franchise still somehow went up 5% last year, even though we didn't win a game. So if I'm being honest, it's kind of hard to get all worked up about those losses. Great question. Jimmy, how do you justify keeping a coach who has won 1 game in 2 seasons? Sheila from Parma. Sheila, I have the utmost faith in Hugh Jackson. He's a tremendous coach, and I think we've given him the tools this year to really let his Genius shine through. And if he should happen to lose his first 2 games, then I will kick him to the curb like an old musty futon. Woo! Oh, this is a serious one. How much responsibility do you personally accept for how bad this football team is? Brad and Lorraine. Hey, that's on me, Brad. I've said this before, all right? I'm the head of this organization, and ultimately, the responsibility for how things work out is on the head of the organization. Next question. As the CEO of Pilot Flying J, how much responsibility do you take for their current legal issues? I had nothing to do with that, and I was completely unaware of everything. I've never even met anyone who's worked for me. Next question. Jimmy, you've been seen taking notes at the pro days for both Sam Darnold and Josh Allen. What have you learned so far? Well, I'm surprised you haven't seen it. It's true, I have been doing my own personal analysis of all the QB prospects. I thought everybody in the world knew because some jackass took a picture of my legal pad I was taking notes on, posted it online. Dear Jimmy, I have a 2-part question. 1, do you think the Browns should consider drafting an offensive lineman in the 1st round? 2, this is a court summons. By reading this, you have officially been served by the federal government and are compelled to give testimony regarding your involvement in the ongoing investigation into Pilot Flying J. Nope. Nice try. I didn't read the whole thing, though. You got to read the whole thing in order for it to be legal. I know that. Uh-oh, they're hot on my trail, though. I got to get going. Go Browns.
Boy, some of those questions were kind of brutal.
It's always good to hear from him.
You know what, though? I root for Jimmy. I hope that he gets things on track. We're all Browns fans. And at the end of the day, we want the Browns to win. I know he's taken a lot of slack. Michael,
he's also made $1 billion here so far.
Well,
he bought the team for $1 billion, and it's now worth about $2 billion.
Yeah.
So I can only feel so bad, I guess.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I guess you're right. Mike, do you like to fish?
Do I?
There is a crazy story out there. Broncos linebacker Von Miller is being investigated by wildlife officials after he posted this picture of himself. That's a hammerhead shark.
Wow.
Now, I didn't know this, but apparently it is illegal to catch and kill hammerhead sharks in Florida waters. Miller could face up to 60 days in jail and a $500 fine. Now, they say, Von says he released the shark, but it looks pretty beat up.
No, it looks like it probably just jumped back in and went down and had an adventure in the water. That thing's dead. 100%.
Have you ever posted a picture and thought maybe you shouldn't have done that?
There are probably only 2 or 3 days a week where I don't post a picture and regret it immediately.
And do that?
It's never a good thing.
Yeah,
Never do.
I always tell you, put the phone down.
Just put the phone down, everybody.
Coming up, time to eat. Yeah, we're heading to Lakewood and Sarita. Oh, that's some good stuff, folks. Stay with us. shredding. You are shredding.
Just so everybody knows, we go to like a 2-minute break during those commercial breaks, and for 2 minutes, he just kept yelling about sports for 2 straight. That was his break.
Actually, it was the Browns. Welcome back to the Rizzo Show. They better get this together.
You're like, calm down. You got a sports show to do.
Time to hit the road, Michael. And tonight we've got a great place, Madison Avenue in Lakewood. It's called Serena. Let's eat. Folks, we're inside this beautiful restaurant. Tony Romano, Tony Rizzo, you gotta absolutely love it. Chef, thanks for having us.
Thanks for
now,
having us.
this used to be what?
Players on Madison.
For how many years?
32 years.
Wow, a little pressure there for you guys taking over this legendary landmark restaurant.
I was the chef at Players for 16 years, so
You
it's
know
still
what you're
home.
doing.
It's home to me.
What are you doing here, Tony?
New American. Whatever the hell I want to do.
That's right. That is. I love that answer. Whatever the hell I want to do. I wish they'd let me do that on the Rizzo Show. I don't get to do that. Joe, what are you going to make for us today?
We're gonna make some stewed mussels and some Chilean sea bass.
Love them both. Let's head back to the kitchen. Folks, back in the kitchen now. You don't think I know how to turn sauce right now? Stir this up. Stir the sauce. Stir the sauce.
Don't let it stick.
Chef Tone, what do we got, babe? What are we doing?
All right, we're gonna start with these mussels.
And they don't take long, right, Chef?
No, they're gonna steam right open. All right, we're gonna add some spicy Italian sausage,
Oh, we love that.
some chopped tomatoes,
Get a little moisture in there.
all right, a little charred lemon, right? Just grill it. Brings out the sweetness in your lemons. We're gonna add that right to it.
Oh, look at that.
We're gonna add our white wine.
Cover it
We're
up.
gonna cover that up and let them steam for like 2 or 3 minutes. They'll be done.
Chilean sea bass. Explain to everybody. It's really a mild, delicious fish.
Flaky whitefish. It's really Patagonian toothfish. Sea bass makes it sound better, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
We have our hot pan.
And how long is that going to go, Chef?
It's going to go about 2 minutes on each side. We're going to finish in the oven.
Sweet. While you do that, I'm going to go get set up to eat. Now, these are our mussels, right?
Right on.
Now, I got to get a little sausage, and I'll tell you the other thing I like to do is dip the bread in the juice. That is absolutely spectacular. Now, Tone, what do we have underneath there? A little bean sauce, right?
White and black bean sauce. Then we have tomato, red onion, asparagus, and just marinated in a little lemon honey vinaigrette.
What is the rub on there? It's spectacular. Just a little
just-
salt and pepper. What is that?
Coriander and lime zest.
Oh my God, that is to die for. Melt in your mouth.
Just like Mama never made.
Big seafood. Right. My mom hated fish. She would never even make them for us. Chef, good luck here.
Thank you so much.
Again, we're on Madison. Get to Serena in Lakewood. Thanks, Chef.
Right on.
These are phenomenal. Oh, they also have a great patio there. When we return, we are adding into the Rizzo Vault. But first, let's see what's happening at our favorite place, the Roxino.
This is what's up at the Roxino. Blame it on the rain during our $150,000 Make It Rain Mania at Hard Rock Roxino, Northfield Park. We're giving away cash and free play all month long. Every Saturday you could win during hourly drawings from 3 to 7 p.m. 25 winners will win $1,000 in free play or $15,000 in cash. Earn entries every day. Plus, earn 2 times the entries if you're a Hall of Fame member and 3 times the entries if you're a Legend member. Delight in the Cosars Happy Hour each Sunday through Thursday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. featuring delicious bites from the exclusive Happy Hour menu. Don't miss 2 of the best tribute acts around. First up is Moving in Stereo. Tribute to the Cars on Friday, April 13th. Followed by Eagles Tribute Out of Eden on Saturday, April 14th. Find your rhythm at the Hard Rock Roxino, Northfield Park. Vegas Experience, Ohio address.
Don't forget, stay up for our good friends Big Chuck and Lil John. They are coming up next. Mike, it's opening home opener weekend, and we go to the Rizzo Vault now that the boys are summer back. One of my favorite of all-time mascots, Slider, who got me good a couple years back on the news. Check this out. One other guy getting into the act yesterday was Slider. The Indians mascot donned a rain suit and had players spraying him with champagne. Looked like an idiot. I mean, that was for real right there, man.
That's legit.
You know, I'm like, hey, Slider, you know, just get me with the pie. He nailed me. Did you ever get a pie in the face?
I have gotten a pie in the face. You know, it's
fun.
It is fun. It's like, it is still alarming, though, clearing out your eyes and stuff.
No one's coming?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay, all right. Thank you all very much for joining us. God bless you. Good to be alive. Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.